The director of whatever the next Star Wars movie is going to be just gave a talk at a panel called Women in the World.
What is the balance of activating a force for change, but also trying to permeate that patriarchy, that power structure? And is that a part of the calculation of your art as well? And what's been the reaction to that?
Oh, absolutely. I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable. Not you, just
not you.
Not you.
Point taken, point taken.
But, it is important to be able to look into the eyes of a man and say, I am here, and recognize that. And recognize that I am working to bring something that makes you uncomfortable, and it should make you uncomfortable because you need to change your attitude. And it's only when you're uncomfortable, when you're shifty, when you have to have difficult conversations that you will perhaps look at yourself in the mirror and not like the reflection.
So this clip is from some years ago, and everyone is rightly concluding from this that the next Star Wars movie is going to be terrible. There was that one exception. What was it? Rogue One, I think, was okay, but the rest of them have been just absolutely unbearably bad. She does have a point. She says, I want to make men uncomfortable. Men need to feel uncomfortable. And I think that's true. Not in the way that she intends it, but I think it's true. She thinks that men are uncomfortable because they've never given their power away to women. Men are uncomfortable because they've never accepted feminism. Men are uncomfortable because they're living as the beneficiaries of the patriarchy. That's all fake news. That's all completely ridiculous. The opposite is true. Men feel discomfort wielding power. This goes all the way back to chapter 3 of the book of Genesis, when Adam and Eve sin and God tells them what their punishment is going to be. And he says to Eve, he says to the woman, your desire will be for your man, but he shall rule over you. Men, contrary to what feminists think, don't actually want to lord over women. They don't want to. That's not what men actually want. You know what men actually want? Men want to sit on the couch and eat potato chips and be left alone. That is what men would do if we had our druthers. It is a total lie of feminism that we want to be just stomping around, barking orders at everybody. That's not what men want to do. We don't want to make every decision. We don't want to have all the responsibility. We don't want the weight of a household and a family on our shoulders. We just kind of want to be left alone. What we have to do, what we are called to rise up to do, is be responsible and make decisions and take accountability. And that's what men need to do now. Men, part of the reason that we have a lot of social dysfunction is because men won't act like men. Men feel uncomfortable acting like men. So we cede every responsibility to women. You really think that the problems of America in the year of our Lord 2024 are that men are too masculine or too manly these days? Are you kidding me? Give me a break. If social problems have increased over the last 50 years, over that period, have men become more manly or less manly? Have men become more patriarchal or less patriarchal? Have men become more feminist or less feminist? The answers are very, very clear. I totally agree with what's-her-face, Charmaine Obaid-Chinoy. Men need to be made to feel uncomfortable. And the thing that makes men most uncomfortable these days is acting like men and taking responsibility and wielding the just power with which we have been entrusted for most of history. We feel less comfortable with that than ever. And to quote Don Corleone from a good movie, unlike some of these bad movies that have been coming out, from a good movie, tells Johnny Fontaine, what do I do? I don't know what to do, Godfather. I know. You can act like a man.